Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome to the first session on our subject, that is engineering economics, estimation and costing. In our previous session, we have gone through the definition of the words, what is meant by the word quantity surveying, that is what is meant by the word estimation, what are the duties which are performed by a quantity surveyor or the estimator, what are the good qualities that the estimator has to possess if he has to fame himself as a renowned estimator. So what qualities he must have, that part we have discussed in our yesterday session. So that is the small recap of our yesterday session. If you got any doubt regarding yesterday's point, please let me know in advance, so that before starting the session we will discuss that point. If any student is having any doubt, any question in your mind regarding yesterday's session, please let me know if you have. Otherwise, we will start with the very important part, that is the different types of the estimate. Now, everybody is familiar with this word. What is estimate? What is estimate? Once again, we will repeat the definition for everyone. It's a process of calculating the quantities. It's a process of calculating the quantities which you are going to calculate it with the help of the dimensions which are there on your drawings. Okay, so you are going to calculate the quantities of a building construction work or any building construction activity with the help of the dimensions which are being there on your drawings. Okay, so on the drawings you are going to see the dimensions. It may be the L, B, D, or any other details are there. Okay, so with the help of that dimensions, you are going to find out the actual quantity of the material which is required for that particular work. It may be the quantity of the material, and based on that, you are going to calculate the rate. Okay, you are going to prepare a nice estimate. Sir, this is the quantity that I require for this 1 BHK structure, and this will be the rate, or this will be my final estimate, total amount which is been which is required for completion of this project. Okay, so in the estimation process, we are dealing with the calculation of the quantities. Okay, now quantities, again, you are familiar with this particular word. What are the quantities? Quantities are nothing but like your excavation is there, your plain cement, concrete, RCC, reinforcement, doors, windows, painting, plastering. There are more than 100, around 100 quantities we are having. Okay, it may be the brickwork, it may be the cement mortar. Okay, so whatever the material that we are using, what are the activities that we are performing on site for the construction, we are going to prepare the estimate for the same. Okay, so in the different types of estimate, what are the various types we are having in our day-to-day life? So if you see this presentation, we are having total 9 different types of the estimates. Okay, few of them we are going to discuss in detail, and few of them we are taking the introduction only. Okay, so first type of estimate, we called it as the preliminary. It is also called as approximate, abstract, or rough cost estimate. That is the first type of estimate. Second one is nothing but the plinth area estimate. Plinth area. Now everyone is familiar with the word plinth. How can you define this word plinth? What are your ideas about this word? Plinth area म्हणजे कुठला area रे? Anyone? Anyone can throw some light on this? What is a plinth area? What is your definition of plinth area? काय माहिती तुम्हाला? प्लिंथ एरिया म्हणजे कुठला पोर्शन इमारतीचा? I will check the chat box. Somebody has responded. Foundation near. I want proper definition. Bottommost portion above the foundation. Okay, very close. Ritvik is also close to the answer, but just closer, not the perfect one. Chalo, I want some perfect answer. Chalo. What is meant by the word plinth area? You just find out the definition. Meanwhile, give me a minute. Sorry for the disturbance. I will check. Yes. Level at which superstructure start. Yes, good. Total area captured by building, including the exterior and the interior walls. Okay. So, level at which superstructure start. Built up area which is measured at the floor level of the building base. Okay. Okay. Chalo. Good. Your attempt is good. Somebody has wrote, sir, are you there? What's the problem? I don't know. Who is this person? My screen is visible and voice is audible to everyone. No? Or there is another any problem? Hello. Okay. 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 I think I have stopped my video and audio for I think 1 minute. Okay, and that is why maybe that question asked. Chalo, let it be. Okay, so plinth area, yes, for the point from which your superstructure is going to start. Okay, that particular point, again, few definitions you have mentioned in your chat box, like built up area which is measured at the floor level of the building base, or it's a total area captured by the building, including the exterior and the interior walls. Okay, good attempt. Everyone is correct. Okay, so you know the plinth area. Okay, for any structure or for any building, after the construction of your what can I say, PCC and footing part, you are dealing with the particular column footing portion, that is we called it as pedestal column. Okay, and during this construction activity you are dealing with this plinth area. Okay, now the plinth area, if you observe, in some cases it is above the GL. Okay, and based on the site conditions, and in some cases it may be on the ground level or it may be below the ground level, few meters below. Okay, it depends on the total site conditions, because everywhere these conditions are different. We are having hard strata at a lower depth, or we may have the hard strata at a greater depth. Okay, so based on the soil conditions, based on the site conditions, you are deciding your own mindset how to build the structure. Okay, if again the level of the road you are going to consider in your mind. Okay, level of the road very important factor. ओके, नाहीतर रस्त्याची उंची एक आहे टिपिकल, सर एक 4 फूट तरी रस्ता उंच आहे माझा आणि तुमचं घर खाली आहे, खूप खाली आहे, अगदी 8 फुटापर्यंत खाली आहे, चालणार नाही. ऍटलिस्ट तुमचं घर आणि तुमच्या घराची पायरी जो तुम्ही एंट्री करता हॉल मधले, हॉलचा जो फ्लोअर असतो, हॉलचा फ्लोअर आणि तुमच्या रोडची लेवल ही सारखी असली हरकत नाही, किंवा तुमच्या हॉलचा फ्लोअर लेवलची जी लेवल असेल ती रोडच्या लेवलपेक्षा जास्त असेल तरी चालेल. रोडच्या लेवलपेक्षा कमी असेल ठीक आहे, परंतु त्याला पण इट इज हॅव्हिंग सम लिमिटेशन्स. एखादं फूट कमी आहे, एखाद फूट खाली आहे, 2 फूट खाली आहे, ठीक आहे. अगदी 10 फूट जर खाली जायला लागलं तुम्ही, तर पाऊस पडल्यानंतर सगळं पाणी तुमच्या घरात येईल. ठीक आहे. सो दॅट पिक्चर शुड नॉट हॅपन. ओके, दॅट केस शुड नॉट बी देअर. So whenever you are going to construct the buildings, you must understand the basic, whatever the local conditions over there. Okay, if there is any road, it may be state highway, national highway, if it is passing through your region or which is surrounding with your area, you must have some details about it. Okay, whether you have to lift your house maybe 1 meter by 5 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet. Okay, based on the site conditions you are deciding such parameters. Okay, so plinth area. So basically in the plinth area we are going to determine the actual estimate just by multiplying with the plinth area rate. Okay, it's very simple method. Okay, then cubic rate or cubical content estimate. Now everyone knows our building is having length, width and depth or the height. Okay, so if you take it into the account, that is length of the building or the length of the rooms or the dimensions, it may be L, B and D. Whenever you are going to consider these into your account for preparing the estimate, we are dealing with the cubic rate or cubical content estimate. Okay, Then approximate quantity method. Again, this is another method to prepare the estimate. Detailed estimate or the item wise estimate. Okay, you can prepare detailed estimate or you can prepare item wise. Revised estimate. When to go, we will go for the revised estimate if there is any changes in the plan or if there is any change, then we will go for the revised estimate. Again, supplementary estimate is there, revised and supplementary estimate is there, and annual maintenance and repair estimate is there. So there are about 9 types of the estimates that we have. Okay, just to prepare it. Now at the preliminary stage or at the primary stage, when you work on the site, you will definitely work with the plinth area method, maybe cubical content. Then you must be familiar with the revised and supplementary. Okay, at least you have the knowledge of about 3 to 4 methods at least. Okay, let us go in detail for one type of the estimate. That is, first we will go with the preliminary or approximate estimate. Okay, so preliminary estimate, how it is there. So preliminary estimate is prepared by various ways for build different structures as mentioned below. So there are different methods we can prepare the preliminary estimate. Preliminary, yeah, it's not the final. It is just you have the plan or you have some drawings with you, and you are starting to work on it. You are starting to derive the quantity for the same. Okay, so how to do it? For the buildings, you can prepare the estimate per unit basis. You can prepare the estimate per unit basis. We called it as service unit method. ज्याला service unit method असं म्हटलं जातं. ठीक आहे. Do you know where it is applicable, service unit methods or the per unit basis? If you see the example, per student for schools and hotels, per classroom for the schools, per bed per hospital, per seat per cinema, that is in the theaters, or per tenement for the residential buildings. This method we called it as service unit method per unit basis. Please remember everyone, this method we called it as service unit method. Okay, now where this method is applicable practically if you want to focus on it. Okay, so whenever you are interested to construct any school, any building, maybe college, okay, so our basic assumption, we are going to count the number of students who are going to get admitted over there. Okay, maybe 1, 200,000, whatever it may be. Okay, and as per our rule, a single student will require 1.5 meter square area. Okay, this is for your again extra knowledge. Please remember it. Okay, एका विद्यार्थ्याला किती एरिया लागतो? 1.5 मीटर स्क्वेअर. ठीक आहे, 1.2 to 1.5 मीटर स्क्वेअर एरिया एवढा आपण कन्सिडर करत असतो. ह्याला थंब रूल म्हटलं जातं साईटवरती. जर तुम्हाला शाळा बांधायची, तुम्हाला अंदाज आला पाहिजे की माझी क्लासरूम किती मोठी असली पाहिजे. हे कशी बांधणार आहात? तर एका क्लासरूम मध्ये साधारणतः 60 विद्यार्थी आहेत आणि एका विद्यार्थ्याला तुम्हाला 1.2 to 1.5 मीटर स्क्वेअर या इतकी जागा लागत असते. ठीक आहे, जे थंब रूल आहे साईटवरती जो घेत नाही ते तो. ठीक आहे, मग माझ्याकडे 600 विद्यार्थी आहेत तर मला 600 into 600 into 1.5 दॅट इज अराउंड 900 मीटर स्क्वेअर एरिया मला लागणार आहे. ठीक आहे, if I have more than 1000 2000 students in my class, accordingly I will multiply it with 1.2 or 1.5. Okay, for one student. So that is the area which is required. हा 1.5 meter square area कशासाठी लागतंय? For your sitting purpose and all that. Okay, and that is the thumb rule which is used while working on the site. Please remember it. 1.2 to 1.5 meter square area being required for per student in your course. Okay, in your whole school, high school, college, or at any level. Then if you take the example of theaters or the cinema halls, okay, again, how to build the cinema hall? Again, the number of seats that you are going to add it. Okay, per screen, it may be, suppose there are 3 screens. In the first screen you have 100 seats, in the second screen you have 150 screen, in the third screen you are again having 100 seats. Okay, so per seat you are going to calculate how much area, approximate area you require. Again, I am using this word, it's approximate estimate. It is not the detail or the final estimate. It is required for you for getting the idea, for having some idea about the final estimate. जर तुम्हाला एक अंदाज आला प्रिलिमिनरी एस्टिमेट किंवा हे जे पहिले जे आपण एस्टिमेट बघणार आहोत हे सगळे अंदाज आहेत. ठीक आहे, म्हणजे तुम्हाला एक अंदाज यावा तुमच्या प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट बद्दल, यासाठी आपण हे एस्टिमेट्स यूज करत असतो. सिनेमा हॉल्स किंवा थिएटर्स मध्ये पर सीट कॅल्क्युलेशन असतं. ठीक आहे, पर सीट. Okay, so these are the some examples of service unit method or per unit basis method for preparing the preliminary estimate. Okay, this is preliminary, not the final estimate we are having. It's a preliminary only. There might be n number of corrections in this preliminary estimate. Not n number, but at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corrections will be there. Then plinth area basis, then cubic content, approximate quantity method. Okay, so these are some points that we have to focus as far as preliminary estimate is considered. Just a minute, dear students.
हा कॉलेज ते भरपूर आलंय कोणी कोणी भरले त्यांनी चला जेवायला.
Sorry for the disturbance. So in the service unit, we are basically dealing with the units. Per unit ज्याला म्हटलं जातं. ठीक आहे, त्याचं एक्झाम्पल तुमचं स्कूल असेल किंवा सिनेमा हॉल्स असतील, यामध्ये तुम्ही कन्सिडर करू शकता. सेकंडली, इन केस ऑफ द रोड्स अँड द हायवेज, ठीक आहे, पर किलोमीटर बेसिस डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द नेचर, width and thickness of the metals. Okay, now do you tell me the meaning of this word metalling or metals? What this word stands for, metals? Quick response I'm expecting from everyone. What is the meaning of this word, thickness of the metalline? Okay, all budding engineers, give the answer very quickly. Check chat box. No answer. Chalo, fastly. What is the meaning of this word? The roads are constructed per kilometer. That is okay. We know everything. Depending upon the nature of the road, again, it is in cutting or it is in filling. That is again okay. Width of the road we have to consider. Thickness of the metals we have to consider. Layer. One answer is there, but no, not layers. Chalo, fast. See, always remember and always think of yourself after maybe span of 8 months from this month. Okay, maybe up to next May. Okay, you are going to complete the graduation and try to have some habit of using the sight language, I can say. Okay, sight language, because your basics are very clear. Sometimes you are technically very sound person, but you are unaware about the sight languages. Okay, it is not like that in one day you are going to get everything, but what are the things which are over there? Okay, you must have some knowledge about it. Okay, use of concrete, no, again wrong answer. चला metals. So as per our site language, ठीक आहे, metals are nothing but your coarse aggregates. ठीक आहे, लक्षात ठेवायचं इथून पुढे. metals म्हणजे काय, तुमचे coarse aggregates. ठीक आहे. If you are dealing with coarse aggregates more than 35 mm, ज्या GSB मध्ये वगैरे जी खडी वापरतात ना, ठीक आहे, तिथं कोर्स ऍग्रीगेट हा शब्द नाही यूज करत. व्हॉट दे आर युझिंग मेटल्स हा शब्द यूज करतात. आता मेटल म्हणजे सर तुम्ही म्हणतात सर धातू एखादा, नो, दॅट मेटल इज डिफरंट इन आवर सिव्हिल लँग्वेज. This metal is different. This metal stands for the coarse aggregates. Now don't forget it. Okay. If the coarse aggregates are having higher size like 35 mm, 40, 50, 63 mm, okay, then we are not using the word as coarse aggregates. We are using the word as metals. Okay. We are using the word as metals. Just a minute, dear students. Why I got so much disturbance? Okay, now I hope everyone remembers the word metals. Okay, then irrigation channels. Irrigation channels again per kilometer basis or per hectare basis. It depends on the area of land which is going to be what can I say, under the crop. Okay. Then bridges and culverts per running meter of the span depending upon the type of the structure, type and depth of the foundation. Okay, so for the roads we are going with the per kilometer basis. Again, it depends. In the roads, very important to have the knowledge about cutting and filling. Okay, because if you are dealing with the buildings, that is okay, but if you are interested to work on road construction site, you must have some knowledge about the cutting and filling. Okay, and the nature of the road. ठीक आहे, स्लोप कुठे आहे, ग्रेडियंट कुठे आहे, सुपर एलिव्हेशन कुठे आहे, and based on the nature of your structure, you are going to decide where is the cutting portion, where is the filling portion, how to calculate this cutting and filling. Okay, how to calculate this cutting and filling. Actually, how to prepare the road estimate. I will take one detailed session of more than 2 hours for having some highlight about the road estimate. Okay, though it is not there in your syllabus, but still I will take it. Okay, because there are so many students who are interested to work on the road side. Okay, and if you are interested to take a work of road, okay, then you must have the knowledge about the road estimate, how to prepare it, what are the different methods that we can use for the road estimate. Okay, then irrigation channels, again per kilometer basis we are having. Then in case of the canals, whatever the canals that we are going to construct, it may be the lined canal or it may be the unlined canal. Okay, now there are two ways to construct the canal. I think everybody is familiar with this. Lined canal and unlined canal. What is lined canal and what is unlined canal? Can you tell me the answer of it? What is a lined canal and what is a aligned unlined canal? Why I am telling this, again I will tell you the reason behind asking this question. Chalo, tell me the answer fast. What is a lined canal and what is the unlined canal? Bit fast. Concrete चा layer दिला तो lined canal. Very good, correct answer. If the concrete layer is there to your canal, then we called it as the lined canal, and if there is no concreting, then we called it as a unlined canal. Okay, so what are these canal sections you are going to design? Again, these are based on your per kilometer area or the area which is under cultivation. Okay, area which is under cultivation. It may be the area we are going to take it in hectares or in acres. You take it in any unit. You know how much acre equals to how many hectares, or how many hectares equals to how much acres? Do you know this conversion? 1 hectare equals to how much acres?
अडीच एकर.
अडीच एकर, करेक्ट, गुड.
अडीच एकर.
येस येस, 1 हेक्टर म्हणजे 2.5 एकर. ठीक आहे. 2.5 एकराचा. आता एका एकरात किती प्लॉट होतात रे तुमचे? 40 गुंठे जवळपास. जवळपास, नॉट एक्झॅक्टली. ठीक आहे, 40 गुंठे होत आहेत तुमचे. एक्झॅक्टली होणार नाही, बट चलो लेट अस अज्यूम. सो एका हेक्टर मध्ये तुमचे 100 गुंठे होतात. ठीक आहे, एक गुंठा हा 1000 स्क्वेअर फीट जरी म्हटलं, ठीक आहे, तरी यू जस्ट इमॅजिन हाऊ मच एरिया बीइंग अंडर कल्टिवेशन. अँड we have to consider these points again whenever you are going to prepare your estimate for using for your irrigation channels. It may be it is not restricted only to the canals. It may be your diversion weir, it may be any hydraulic structure, any. Okay, then for bridges and culverts, okay, for bridges and culverts, again this estimate we are going to prepare per running meter of the span depending upon the type of structure and that type of your structure, foundation, or the depth of foundation. Now here again I have one question for you. Can you give me the difference between a bridge and a culvert? What is your definition about the bridge and your definition about the culverts? Sure. All talent, give the answer very fast. What is the difference between a bridge and a culvert? Okay, chalo fast. Give the answer very fast. What is the difference between the bridge and a culvert?
ब्रिजवरून जातात, कलवडी मधनं खालनं जातात.
So good imagination. ब्रिज मधून खालून नाही जात आहेत का? मग जाता येते ना? मी वरती एखादा ब्रिज बांधलाय, सिटी मध्ये आहे, खालून जाताच येते ना मला, ब्रिजच्या खालून जाता येते ना. टेक्निकल रीजन I want, or technical difference. Bridges, chalo I will check the chat box. Culvert passes the water or the drainage water. Culvert is passes water. Bridge is high in height from stream bed, but culvert ha tunnel carrying bridge आहे. And a bridge joins the road over the river, and culvert is used for the cross drainage well. So good attempt. Then height of bridges are more than the culverts. Culvert is just below the road pavement. Just below the road pavement. I am not getting your answer. Okay. Now the technical difference, if you are going to put it in a very simple manner, between the difference between the bridge and the culvert is nothing but the span. This word. Okay. This is very important. Okay, along with your other parameters, like culvert is used for the CD work, that is cross drainage work, small cross drainage work, not at the greater extent. Okay, but the span is very important part which will differentiate this bridge and the culvert. Okay, if the span is less than 4 meters, if the span is less than 4 to 6 meters, then definitely that particular structure we called it as a culvert. It depends again on the site conditions, like for which purpose you are using, for the CD work, or passing out the any river, oda, small oda is passing through that, or any other obstruction. Okay, so the major difference is in terms of the span. Okay, running meter span. If it is less than 4 to 6 meter, then we called it as the 6 meter. Okay, we called it as a culvert. And if it is after culvert, we are having minor bridge. Okay, up to maybe around 9 to 10 meters, and then we are having the major bridges. So culvert is the first stage. After culvert, we are having minor bridges, and after that we are having major bridges. Okay, so get this difference. That is totally related with the span, 4 to 6 meters. Okay, 4 to 6 meters. कल्वर्टचा स्पॅन कमी असतो, छोटा असतो. ठीक आहे, छोटंसं ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन असेल ना, छोटंसं ओढा, सीडी वर्क असं काय असेल तर तिथे तुम्ही कल्वर्ट्स घेतात. त्या कल्वर्ट मध्ये सुद्धा सगळ्यात जास्त वापरला जाणारा टाईप माहिती आहे का तुम्हाला त्या कल्वर्ट मध्ये सुद्धा? जे कॉन्क्रीटचे पाईप्स असतात ना, ते कॉन्क्रीटच्या पाईप्स करून जो वापरतात ना, तो सुद्धा आहे. त्यानंतर रेक्टेंग्युलर शेप जो तुम्ही बघितला असाल, हॉर्शू, लाईक हॉर्शू शेप, जे टनेलचा जो शेप असतो ना हॉर्शू शेप मध्ये, तसा तो शेप मध्ये इन्व्हर्टेड डी ज्याला म्हटलं जातं, त्या शेप मधला सुद्धा कल्वर्ट सगळ्यात जास्त यूज करतात. ठीक आहे, त्याचं स्ट्रक्चर इकॉनॉमिकल, डिझाईन इकॉनॉमिकल आहे. ठीक आहे, त्यानंतर आहे सिवरेज अँड वॉटर सप्लाय प्रोजेक्ट्स. अगेन sewer project or the water supply project, it totally depends, the estimate is totally depends on the head of the population which gets served with the hectare area or with the particular water. Okay, overhead water tank per liter or the it depends upon the capacity and height of the tank. Okay, now just to prepare the overhead water tank, or how you are going to relate this, you visit any overhead water tank in Pandharpur. There are, I think, so for more than 4 or 5 water tanks are there. See, everywhere the capacity is written. Okay, everywhere the capacity is written, and based on that you are going to prepare your estimate, what type of material that you require to construct your this overhead water tank. Okay, so capacity to store the water is very important in case of the water tanks. It may be overhead or it may be underground water tank. Okay, again, if the capacity is more, then nowadays we are having this in our design philosophy, we are also using the lacing and battening system. I think you have studied this part in your design of steel structure, lacing and battening system. We can use this in our RCC structure also. Okay, so that is new modification we can adopt some additional information for you. So if you know now what is the preliminary estimate. So in the preliminary estimate, we are just considering some units. We call it as service units. It may be the students for the schools, college. It may be seat for your particular cinema theaters. It may be beds for your construction of the hospitals. Hospitals construction, number of beds वरती सुद्धा होतं. ठीक आहे, approximate estimate we are talking about. It may be your plinth area basis. It may be the cubical content of the particular structure. It may be the running meter length in case of the roads or the irrigation channels. It may be the span in case of your bridges. We are going to prepare the preliminary estimate. Okay, if is any doubt in this particular part, please unmute yourself and ask me. Dear students, less than a minute is left to conclude this session, so please rejoin the session using the same link if the meeting gets end within few seconds. Any questions, please put it in the chat box and rejoin the session immediately. Any questions? Vaishnavi, Pooja, Divya, Swapnil, Sadiq,